10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So now, and Nick's giving that impale too. So lockdown is not a problem, at least for right now, for LGD. See if they're going to pick up. In the 4th spot last game, they picked up the Jug. We'll see if they pick up the safe laner again, as it was that final pick of the Clinks, which was very on and off in that second game. There were definitely times where it looked like he was outputting quite a bit of damage, and then throughout the mid game, it felt like he was falling off. I don't think they're going to do something like that again, where they go with the Clinks over mid and they go Terrorblade for Ame. Terrorblade, Nyx, Enigma, Bane. Really liking this lineup from LGD.
Ten seconds remaining.
Coming into the
5
final
seconds
bands, where
remaining.
LGD will have the 9th pick. Should be a maybe hero for LGD. For RNG, should be a safe laner.
PSG.LGD's turn to ban.
They banned the Queen of Pain. I wouldn't even mind like the Puck here for LGD. To have that extra bit of lockdown, that Dream Coil, make it a little bit easier for the Enigma to come in Black Hole. If you walk away, you're going to snap the Dream Coil, eat a bit of damage. And if you don't, you're lining yourself up for the Enigma. They do have multitude of ways of stopping this Black Hole.
PSG
They banned the Morphling.
turn to pick.
So I wonder if this Enigma, with the amount of ways they have to stop this Black Hole, is it going to be a BKB Enigma, or is he really not caring about that and just more looking to keep his team alive?
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
And they go into the Ember. I like this. Mobility, lockdown with the Searing Chains. The mobility is, especially, too, using this Nyx Assassin. If they can use the intelligence that the Nyx Assassin is going to give them, move around the map with the Ember, with the Terrorblade, Enigma looking to come in with a Black Hole opportunity if he does go in that BKB route. LGD could see themselves having a pretty
5 seconds
good game here, and I do like their draft the way it stands so far.
Juggernaut.
You may now select your heroes.
And RNG go into the Jug. So, mid-Ember, safe lane, Terrorblade, F1 on the 4 position, Nyx, Chalice with that Enigma, leaving X-Nova for the Bane. Monet on the Jug, Setsu on the Razor, SRF on the Doom, Afu with the Disruptor, and Lanham with the Earthshaker. And we saw how much the Jug was able to do in the previous game for LGD. It just came down to the fact that he bought back Ame, who is on that hero in the previous game, bought back and died almost immediately.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So, game 3, as it stands right now, I don't believe there's a winner in the previous in the other series between King Gaming and Royal Academy. Group A has been decided. Vici versus Newbie in the winner's match. eHome versus Sincere in the loser's match. Game 3 between these two teams coming up next. Coming up as we are just about ready to go. Wonder what you guys think with these two drafts. Who's going to win?
Prepare for battle.
So, here we go. Setsu going with Monet and Afu. Meanwhile, top SRF. And they've also got Lanham, so 4 heroes ready to go. It's not that 5-man smoke that they had done previously. They do spot X Nova for a moment and push him away from the bounty rune. We'll see if they do get him to come back and maybe even just get the kill. Anna moving over. He does have this fissure. They'll bring over Ame for a moment. SRF is actually... he was top. Will they bring Monet over towards top, or are they going to keep him here in the off lane? Lanham and X Nova just kind of dancing around here towards bottom, and it will be 2 bounty runes for RNG over bottom, 2 bounty runes top for LGD. And they've got maybe set up over mid, and Chalice coming into the safe lane. So Chalice and X Nova with Eidolons picked up first, has 3 mangoes, 1 clarity, and 3 tangos, so going into all regen, at least for now. As he sends these Eidolons over to look for Lana for just a moment. The fissure comes in, and then take a look over mid is maybe against Setsu. We'll have the static link to start this off. Not sapping a crazy amount of damage too quickly, but this early on, 61 minus just about 30, leaving you with 34 or 33 damage. Bad math there. NA math there. And oh, the TP attempt from Chalice, and the fissure stops it. So he tried to trade lanes there with Ame, and now that they tried to change lanes, well, he gets his TP stopped. Let's see if he even heads over towards that top lane, or if he's just going to farm the jungle now. That leaves it to just FY, who will be solo in this lane. SRF, for right now, only has Devour. And Lanham being more of a pain, coming over looking for the Enigma. Chalice forced to try and farm inside the jungle. Lanham, I think, just trying to disrupt the whole thing. But he does take that camp, and Chalice will look to head over towards top. Searing Chains sets you in a lot of trouble. Getting chased down by Maybe, but doesn't have Searing Chains again soon enough for him to continue forward on this Razor, who will be able to use that salve and stay in the lane. So, finally, Chalice back back up here over towards top. As FY has gained himself level 2. He's got Impale and the Spike Carapace. There'll be musical lanes for SRF as well as Monet. Just as LGD swapped lanes, they'll do the same here with the Doom and the Jug. They've got the Malefice, a lot of damage, and the Scorched Earth into the Spike Carapace with Eidolons wailing away is a lot of damage for this Doom to handle, and will be forced to salve. So he does have 2 tangos remaining, but that salve forced out. They do have one of the Disruptor. Meanwhile, bottom X Nova dies. Can he trade for Monet with the Metamorphosis? Monet just able to skirt through these trees. Again, LGD close to getting kills, but close only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and nuclear war. Soon now with Static Link once again. That's sitting at level 2. Just trying to harass SRF. They'll TP the Terrorblade over top, and I think they're looking to swap lanes here for LGD. They'll bring Chalice over bottom, and we'll see if RNG end up swapping once more, if they're just going to deal with this. Like something they were very focused on as they get the glimpse as well as the Blade Fury. Land him right there. The Nightmare trying to keep Chalice alive, but just as quickly as he TP'd over bottom, he'll die. And that's now 2-0 here in favor of RNG. So SRF trying to farm top, but Terribly doing a good job. He's also got FY to continue to harass SRF. Tune the Impale, one of the Spike Carapace onto the Mana Burn. He might head towards mid as this is Sleight of Fist for a moment. Only minus 14 damage. And it will be just bounty runes here for FY. Mafu grabs the other 2 over bottom. So where is this Enigma? He's back over towards bottom. Picks up that Soul Ring. So things should be going a little bit easier for him. Inferno Blade sitting at level 1 as he went the 2-1-1 build here. SRF on the Doom. He does have Ensnare ready to go, but what is he going to get with that at the moment as Fisher comes out mid. They get the kill on a maybe. Setsu was low after all that, but did take 70 damage and had Eye of the Storm. It didn't look like any TPs. Yeah, no TPs were used to try and defend that Ember Spirit. 3-0 lead so far for RNG. They're feeling quite nice with the 1,000 net worth lead that comes with those 3 kills. LGD trying to pull it back. They've got Terrorblade almost level 6 top. He's used Metamorphosis recently to continue to try and farm. SRF only at level 4 still, but he's okay with that. Meanwhile, FY, he's in trouble. Kinetic Field locks him in. 3 heroes here. They made the rotation. They've got the Static Link, over 100 damage. And another kill there for Setsu. So RNG dominating LGD for the moment. Although there's not much that LGD can do here. Kind of waiting on having the Black Hole or having the Vendetta to move around this map, especially with the Ember. And now Spike Carapace, they'll look for Setsu, but the Glimpse backing up maybe for a moment. The Kinetic Field, the Remnant's over, Searing Chains trying to get the kill, but the Eye of the Storm doing so much. And the Nightmare there from X-Nova, keeping FLI alive. So they finally get their first kill, but it looks like they're going to get one at the cost of Chalice's life over bottom. Only taking a couple shots from the Inferno Blade, but only level 1. Not too bad. 6 here for Terrorblade, 113, so only spend 5 of these points, maybe holding on to it. Usually you hold it just in case you get in trouble and you're able to sunder to stay alive. You hold that extra point. So Chalice, unfortunately, has died twice. Terrorblade at 52 and 22. But we switch it over into the net worth, and it's Terrorblade leading. Jug right on him. Ember a little bit further behind, as is Chalice. He's sitting far behind. Afu. Spotted by FY, who's got himself the impale, and the Remnant forward. Maybe he's able to get the kill. So they've gotten themselves a second one. They double up. They got their first kill on the Razor, the second one on a support. Just trying to open up a little bit of space here, and they've been doing so for the Terrorblade, who really hasn't been bothered over towards top. And they get that fourth into Metamorphosis. They still hold on to the point, looking possibly into the Sunder.
Comforting rune of regeneration.
So we've seen what Terrorblade's able to do with a little bit of farm, and they are giving him enough open space at the moment. But they've got level 6 here on the Doom. He went 3-1-2, so he doesn't have the extra point for the Doom. The Remnant over, and now the Searing Chains come out. They'll get the kill. Show the Earthshaker for a moment, but probably doesn't want to go into the Eye of the Storm. That is the LGD lineup, and not the Razor ability. With that Metamorphosis pop, they'll go to pressure this Tier 1 tower. Lanham only level 4. He's got 2 in the Fissure, 1 in the Totem, 1 in the Aftershock. X-Nova coming all the way around. They find the Fissure on Ame, who will take that point in Sunder. He is getting low. They've got the Ember nearby. The Sunders use Lanham low. Omnislash comes out. The Remnant forward. And now the Omnislash mitigated by creeps. They end up getting the kill on Ame. They won't get Monet. Afu coming over as they will try to get maybe on a run. And now with the Doom as well as the Glimpse inside the kinetic field, this should be an easy kill for RNG. But Monet taking a lot of damage. Has to be careful as X-Nova gets the Brain Sap. Ensnare, Nightmare, staying alive for a little bit longer, but will end up dying, and truthfully, that goes the way of RNG.
A gift from the greatest of battles.
So about 1,000 net worth gained. This will be a first item, Manta style for Jug. Rod of Atos for the Razor. Chalice trying to catch up. He's behind the Doom for the moment. He's had to move around quite a bit. Has a stack there and is level 6, but 2 into the Malefice, 3 in the Demonic Conversion. We'll see when he even takes that Black Hole. He's got the extra point to spend, so it could be that if he finds the right opportunity. Similar to that Terrorblade situation with Sunder. But with, without a BKB and without a way in, I don't think he's really going in for a black hole too early on. And on top of which, now he's been glimpsed. Static Storm comes out, and he takes one in the Midnight Pulse. Hit with the Totem, killed off. Afu cleans him up. 9-4 in favor of RNG. And it looks as though Chalice, at least for now, is not going into the BKB, more of the Aura builds and Sustain builds. You get the Vendetta, they landed on to this Earthshaker. The Impale follows it up. Fissure will split the seams of these two heroes, not landing on either of them, and FY and maybe combine to get a kill. Meanwhile, mid, Metamorphosis is used, and they'll try to get this Tier 1 tower, and nobody coming over to defend it just yet for RNG. Should be an easy one here. depending on if RNG are willing to move forward. But SRF, he TPs in the Midnight Pulse, taking away those trees, making sure that RNG can't sneak their way in. And they get the tower, so despite the kills almost being double for RNG, the fight's going their way. On top of that, it just is not a big enough lead just yet for RNG over LGD. They've still got the Terrorblade to worry about. Ember's getting a good chunk of farm. Chalice making his way back as he's got the Helm of the Dominator going into the Guardian Greaves. So he is going sustain and auras.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
We're going to finish off a second tower.
Are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Bring the Razor over to get the kill on X-Nova. Deals 84 damage. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains. That locks in SRF as they're giving a good chase. They've got the Rod of Atos as well as that Glimpse. Chalice, he's in a lot of trouble. He does have the Black Hole, but nobody here to follow it up. No reason to throw it, and they end up losing a second.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
11-5. Still just a 1,000 net worth lead. How is this Jug doing? He's got the man style. Let's take a look over mid.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Drums was used as they try to get the Ember. He actually remnants towards top. And they'll use their drums to try and catch up. They have Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains. The remnant towards Lanham. Searing Chains comes out. The totem on to this Ember, but it's not going to matter as maybe he gets the kill. But Ame, meanwhile, bottom, he's going to die to SRF, though. Look for FY. Follow this up. Try to get a second. SRF nightmared, so FY able to escape for now. Does have net, does have a level 4 in the Infernal Blade. Would be quite a bit of damage. Not sure if that would get the kill on FY. Find the Disruptor, but again, a Black Hole comes out from Chalice. Let's see if this is worth it. Sleight of Fist comes in, and Chalice, just so much damage taken from him, thrown back into his face, and he'll end up dying. Maybe he gets the kill on Asetsu, so it ends up all being worth it. Probably one of the minimal Black Hole attempts we'll see, considering the fact that he's not going for the BKB. FY setting up right by SRF, right by Monet. And they do ping him out. I think he was trying to drag him over to the Sentry Ward. As you see with the Thunder Strike now, they've got Dust. They'll give chase to FY. The Blade Fury missing, or used to avoid the Impale. But Spike oh my god, Spike Carapace comes in and they kill FY. And tongue twisted here on easy ones. Let me just drink some water, act like it never happened, and reset.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oof. So they're grabbing these kills, but again, Ame's farm has been quite nice.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He's going into the BKB now. I wonder if he'll finish off the Sanjin Yasha or the BKB first. He's got the Yasha. Ember, meanwhile, going into the Boots of Travel, but they're wrapping around on a couple of these heroes. They'll look for the Razor. They've got the Searing Chains on it, too. The Static Storm comes out, but it's not going to do anything. Afu ends up dying. They maybe even look to turn this. Monet right there. Ame backing off, but they've got the Fiend's Grip. He's all by himself. He's isolated. The Fissure comes in. The Doom out onto the Ember, but they still have the Terrorblade to worry about. So Doom wasted. Maybe survives. He'll be salved up. Metamorphosis, just about done. But still, LGD, they get the kill into the support. The only death there. They use Fiend's Grip. They use Metamorphosis as well as, of course, the Vendetta. And they have Black Hole up in just about a minute. Something's still on cooldown here for LGD, but they know that they're without the Doom for quite some time. It's actually 100 seconds till they have that Doom again. When he's got the Omni Slash, he's a couple hundred gold away from getting himself that Manta style. Razor, Phase Boots, Rod of Atos, and now the drums are used, I believe, to try and catch up to FY. But he gets into the Vendetta and will be able to back off successfully. So Afu comes over bottom. And FY again just providing that information. Gets hit by the plasma field, and we get a little bit of vision coming through onto the Razor. Finds Afu, and there's the Impale. And with these Eidolons, Sleight of Fist comes in and maybe gets the kill. And the route through on a Setsu, but won't stop SRF and Lanham from following up. They'll get the kill on FY, so 1-for-1 trade. Vendetta was about to run out. They end up getting themselves some gold here for Maybe, who is just a touch short of these boots of travel. What does Enigma have? Now he's got that mech. He's going into the Guardian Greaves. So Chalice has recovered quite a bit. He's still 900 gold behind his counterpart of the Doom. And Terrorblade sitting top of the net worth, 900 gold in front of the Razor. And in terms of the Jug, up 1,400 gold there. So 3,200 saved up. We'll see what he spends that cash on. LGD seemingly playing a little bit more methodical after giving away that win in the second game. Is now into the Lincoln Sphere. So Boots of Travel on the way. Lincoln Sphere next. Rod of Atos comes out. And they've got 3 heroes here once again surrounding FY. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains burning away on Lanham. We'll see if it even matters as X-Nova comes in and he's got the sweep. Chalice moving forward. Doom will be hit with the Fiend's Grip, but they've got the glimpse. Not held back for long, but now the Searing Chain's out once again. They'll get the kill on SRF. They'll find themselves a second on Alana, maybe look for more. The Rod of Atos onto the Ember, but the Sleight of Fist comes through doing a lot of damage to Afu. Chalice moving forward, the Remnant in. Doom buys back and potentially looks to TP under the tier 1 tower, but now he's bought back and, well, he's not getting back into the fight. Doesn't matter. Buybacks for naught.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
So Sanjin Yasha for the Razor. As it will be the BKB in full here for the Terrorblade. And he'll still look to finish off that Sanjin Yasha. But again, over mid, Spike Carapace used the Remnant out here from the Ember. He's going into that Lincoln's. He's got Ame behind him. So they might look to go in on this. And they do use that Impale on a Setsu. Spike Carapace comes through. BKB popped by Ame. There's the black hole on SRF who just bought back recently. Setsu dies. There goes SRF. And LGD finally have themselves a net worth lead.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
On top of that, they'll take the tier 2 tower.
Middle tower
And
has
it's a
fallen.
3,000 net worth lead for LGD. Finally turning it around, being down about 1,000, 2,000 net worth for quite some time, but pulling it all the way back and now having themselves a lead as the Ember and the Terrorblade sit top of the net worth. They've spent their time farming. They've spent their time away from these fights. Now that they feel comfortable with BKB and having these items, having that Maelstrom, Boots of Travel, being able to be mobile here for the Ember. Going into the Lincolns. Things have felt right here for LGD, and they just start to take advantage. But coming over is Setsu, Lanham. Oh, the Centaur! Well, get the hoof stomp out. That dominated Centaur, and now behind them, maybe all by himself, and Fiend's Grip comes out. They'll get the kill on the Setsu, and maybe he is doomed up. We'll see if he's able to survive, trying to run away, and the Sunder to keep him alive. The glimpse back into the Static Storm and Omni Slash. That'll end up killing him. Now they don't have the Sunder here for the Terror Blade, but the Impale comes in. And that Sunder save was for nothing, but they chase on FY. The Shrine is available. Chasing into the Shrine is don't do that 101. SRF is just dead again. Moving up to the high ground with no regard for your own life. And now they've got the Nightmare onto Monet, who will Blade Fury away, but will he even escape? They get the kill onto Afu. They've got the Malefice. Fissure comes in. Ame behind him. Echo Slam comes out. It will get a kill here on the FY, but down goes Monet. And after all is said and done, well, they've got Setsu back alive, but it was, in fact, a full team wipe for LGD. They head in the Roche to try and get this Aegis. A regen rune right there for him. Been trying for that Glimmer Cape. Should have Guardian Greaves relatively soon. Got the Sanjinyasha, BKB, Butterfly next. There we go. Aegis there for Ame. Not the best Aegis carrier, but worth it nonetheless. There it is. There's the Guardian Greaves. Going into the Vides. And then the BKB. So it's a long time until that BKB will come out. It's going to be a long time until we see maybe a little bit more ambition behind those black holes. But that's really the territory you're working in when you've got yourself into a more of an aura build. And you get the glimpse, it puts him right back to basically a step behind where he was. X-Nova ends up dying. Ame nearby, but they get the Sight of Fist as well as the Searing Chains. Now let's see, LGD not looking to fight just yet. The smoke comes out, and RNG just looking to disengage. They pull the eject lever on that fight. Midnight Pulse laid down. And Fissure comes out, Ame nearby. But, well, they get the glimpse, and Afu pays for that glimpse with his life, and unfortunately dead once again. He's now 2-7-9. FY only 0-5-11. He has 5 deaths, but has been a part of 11 kills. Doesn't have a kill to his name, but again, it's that mobile vision, it's that intelligence that you're getting for the side of LGD that have really worked towards getting these kills, and now subsequently getting that 7,000 net worth elite. Go for the bottom tier 2. Let's see if they pressure for more.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
They have a smoke, so yeah, they will use it.
Radiant's middle tower
And that
is
comes with
under
Vendetta, but Vendetta just about to run out. Has it again in 8 seconds. They're all towards the top lane. They finish off the Butterfly here for the Terror Blade. Aether Lens for the Earthshaker. Radiant Scan, they don't find anything. Setsu moving back. But now with that Observer Ward, they certainly have vision on him.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Jug Manta, then Diffusal. Mjolnir after those. Ember feeling a little bit more safe with that Lincoln Sphere. Going Dagon next, Remnant over. And Afu cleaned up with the Searing Chains as well as his teammates' help. An easy pickoff once again onto this Disruptor, who's now 2-8-9. It's been the hard life of position 5 for this Disruptor, unable to really stay alive for all too long. And now with that, Ame pushing over towards top. He's got Metamorphosis to work with. He's pushing forward and has help, at least for now, from Just X Nova.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
So with RNG, they're really looking for a spot back into the game. But with Metamorphosis up and now being used, it's hard to find that spot to fight. It's hard to find that spot to really bring the game back. Fuseway comes out, flank, Inferno Blade. Ame still in a decent spot. The Midnight Pulse laid down. But RNG not fully committing just yet. Latim's got the Blink Dagger ready to throw a Blink into an Echo Slam. They've got Nyx Assassin nearby. Searing Chains comes out on a Monet, who's taking a lot of damage. Even with the Manta, eats the Impale and ends up dying to Ame. So now they look over at SRF. The BKB's been popped by Ame. He's going to get himself a second look after the Tier 3 tower over top. And it's that hesitation from RNG that seemingly holds them back. And they are unable to take this fight. Down 2 heroes, down their top net worth hero.
Dire's top barracks has fallen. Dire's top barracks has fallen.
Searing Chains, Impale again. And the Remnant's over to get off. 3 heroes dead. LGD looking to finish this one off with ease.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And they just called GG. Realizing they're so far behind the Echo Slam of his dreams. But it won't matter. GG's called 2-1 in favor of LGD. They take the series after dropping a surprising game 2. But this game, they make it look easy. Not really much talking details there for RNG, except for the fact that once they started to fall behind, it really didn't look like they were really willing to come back and fight. It was a lot of hesitation that helped them back. A lot of open space there for Ame and Maybe. They only died a collective of 5 times. Together they went 25 and 14. Bad NA math again at 4 in the morning. And yeah, they take the series. So LGD come out ahead. They take the series 2-1, and I believe Royal Academy beat King Gaming. So I'm not sure if the Vici newbie matchup has started, but I think we're keeping it with a winner's bracket, and it would be Royal Academy against LGD. So we'll see what we're having next. Stay tuned. Game 1 of that series will be hopefully soon. We'll be back in just a moment.